Hello, everybody. We're going to discuss a topic that seems to be interesting to everybody, but one we've covered for years and years that I have some experience with. How come HEMA doesn't have a king? Or why is there no leader of HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts? So real quick, why we don't really have a unified leader and why things aren't going the way that some of you guys want is first, one of the larger organizations, which I was president of for a while, it was the HEMA Alliance. And the HEMA Alliance was purposely designed for maximum independence. They did not want a central body telling people what to do, and the HEMA Alliance charter has a freedom of study bylaw, and so the purpose of it is to let each club do its own thing, and the HEMA Alliance's purpose is to support those clubs, not really control them. The most controlling the HEMA Alliance really gets is when it comes to insurance and safety policies, and that's because insurance and safety go sort of hand in hand. But other than that, there's no standardization that's really coming out of this large organization. Now, for those of you like, aha, I'm not a part of the HEMA Alliance, I have my own private club or my own nonprofit. Well, here's the thing, your ideas don't matter. Many of you have great ideas, but unless you act on them and get others to act on them, they're just ideas. No one's going to look at you and say, man, you make a great compelling argument. I'm going to dedicate my life to making your ideas come true. It's not going to happen. So for you to get a leader of all of HEMA, your ideas aren't enough. The other thing is you're not willing to spend money. If you truly wanted to become the leader of HEMA and make it professional and get it onto ESPN and make it look standardized, then what you're going to have to do is spend money. The moment someone says there's going to be a $5,000 prize on a tournament and they run that tournament steadily and are able to run other tournaments with cash prizes, you will see a professionalization, I guess is what's the word I'm looking for, of HEMA. Think about MMA in the early days when like I could show up and they'd be like, yeah, you're in, to what it looks like today. How did Dana White do that? And it wasn't just ideas. It was once money gets involved, including risk, you've got to risk a lot of money, you can start sort of taking over the organization. The other thing too is when we talk about HEMA, everybody talks about sort of different things. So for the tryhards, sport is their main focus, right? Getting high ratings, winning tournaments, getting the medals and whatnot. But a large chunk of that sport also bleeds over into just a historical martial art, like you see with karate or JSA or really just about anything, where it's very fractured because there is no unifying body, or there's multiple unifying bodies. And then finally, there's like a LARP aspect. You may not like it, but it definitely exists. We can see that the way that people dress and what they're kind of interested in. So no king right now, no leader, because your ideas don't matter. You're not spending the money. Most of us are purposefully independent, and we're not quite sure what we are. Now, that might seem negative. I'm pretty happy with the way things are, but there is the legend, the myth of the Sword Messiah. We've talked about this for decades. So the Sword Messiah is one of you guys one day is going to put your money, a lot of it, where your mouth is. You're then going to be able to control an organization that's in more than one place and probably get public attention. If you want to see other groups that did that, UFC would be one, the other one would be CrossFit. You can kind of track where they started, who put money in, and why they ended up the way they did. So maybe one day the Sword Messiah will come along and be the king that you guys think you want. But for now, you're a bunch of fractured lone wolves, and I'm happy with it.